grow. So on the case of whether this government is sustainable, it's not. It's spend, 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 and it attacks low-income earners at the same time.
And I call the honourable member for Riverina and the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister for Finance.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And listening to the member for Oxley, it's like a new script for a new movie. Weekday at Bernie's, you know, where there's a whole lot of money embezzled. We'll just say debt and deficit racked up, not embezzled but racked up, and then somebody sort of passes away, and everybody tries to sort of make out as if it hasn't happened. We'll just keep on going as per normal. The new movie Weekday at Bernie's, because if he hasn't realised, if he's been sitting there asleep for the past since September 2013, he would know that we do have a crisis of confidence in this country left by Labor. However, we're getting on with the job of fixing that crisis of confidence, and the budget released at the start of May has done just that, to calm the waters, to give people back the absolute confidence that they need to invest in small business, to invest in jobs, and to get on with the job of paying back the debt and deficit legacy left by Labor. Now, we won't be lectured by Labor on fairness or sustainability. We will not be lectured. Just like we won't take political advice from Kyle Sandilands, because I mean we've just heard from Labor members who are sounding a little bit like the shock jock. We won't succumb to the lefties on Twitter to tell us how to run this country, because we know when we go into small businesses, we know when we talk to family groups, we know when we go push our shopping trolleys around the supermarkets, the IGA supermarkets, those great little businesses, we know that the people who have trusted us with government have confidence in us that we're doing the right thing by this nation, paying back the debt and deficit legacy left by Labor. That's how good government operates. We don't operate on knee-jerk reactions like Labor did on June 7, 2011, when they just shut down the live cattle trade. And Labor talks at ad hoc and at length about NatSem modelling. Didn't even include the 2015 budget. And he who pays the piper calls the tune. He who pays the piper calls the tune, and it's rubbish in, rubbish out. If you want the sort of material out of a particular modelling, pay for it, commission it, get it like Labor did, and then you'll get the answers that you want. Push briefing, push modelling. Look, Labor needs to get on with the job of helping us to pass our budget, because to do that, they will be doing the right thing by this nation, putting in place the sorts of things that our country needs, small business needs. We heard the Health Minister today, making medicines more affordable, package of measures transforming the pharmaceutical benefits scheme. That's a good thing. Just signed, or in the process of, the 6th Community Pharmacy Agreement. The 47 chemists around the Riverina are very happy with that, let me tell you. What do we get from the other side? Labor wants to reintroduce the carbon tax. Labor wants to introduce a mining tax which hits some mining companies but not others. Labor wants to tax superannuation. Labor will reopen our borders. Now, we're supporting welfare to work. We're giving people the dignity of a job. That's what good governments do. Our $5.5 billion small business package includes a suite of measures which will inject confidence and boost momentum right throughout the country. Now, today we've heard that we're getting on with the job of with the tax depreciation measures for farmers announced in the 2015 budget will be brought forward to July 1 this year. That's great. Now, on May 12, the Federal Treasurer announced that $70 million would be allocated for accelerated depreciation claims for fencing and water infrastructure, fodder storage, but the move was scheduled for July 2016. So, the Good Nationals, which you're one, Deputy Speaker, we lobbied to have that brought forward, because we know that regional Australia is one of the driving forces. The member for Fraser wouldn't understand that, because he wouldn't know a farmer if he fell over one. But we know that regional Australia, the confidence is out there. They grow the food and fibre to feed our nations and many others beside. We just heard from the small the small business minister. I tell you what, he's getting on with the job of getting through those measures that small business needs, the tax write-offs, the incentive to employ people. Labor just had 6 small business ministers in 6 years. They didn't understand the engine room of the economy. We do. That's because we've been in small business.
Order.
All Labor cares about is debt deficit and unions.